What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of the Legislative Director, talking about legislative things. Here she is, Legislative Director Amber Marr. With her, as always, not the Legislative Director, Jason Thompson. Amber, how are you?
Well, it's almost the end of another week.
It is almost the end of another week. I am not sounding or feeling tip-top, if I'm going to be honest with you.
Well, it's been super early mornings and some pretty late evenings. I think normally those are scattered, but this week has been...
Look, yeah, and we'll talk about why towards the end, what we're gearing up for.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, well, I'll be fine.
We're a little exhausted.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll be fine. You're fine. We're all fine.
I think you're getting sick, though.
I think you're right. So let's get. You might want to take a step back. Let's get into thing number one. House Bill 1116, virtual currency kiosks, the crypto ATM bill that we've been talking a lot of. Amber, what happened this week?
Yes. So House Bill 1116 was heard in the Senate Committee on Insurance and Financial Institutions. Senator Baldwin is the chairman of that committee, and we worked with the committee beforehand to make sure that they understood what a crypto kiosk ATM even is. However, during committee, thank you again, another shout out to Detective Van Cleve, who came up from Evansville.
Yeah.
Super early morning for him because the committee happened at 9 a.m. So he drove up. We were getting ready to testify, and when he went up, Chairman Baldwin was really trying to ask questions to get at the process.
Yeah.
He was awesome and mentioned that he did watch our video, the
Anatomy of a Crypto Scam.
Yes,
it's on our YouTube page right now. Check it out.
Yes. So that was great. But I think some of the questions that he had presented to Detective Van Cleve was really like trying to figure out where the crime occurred. Like, once you put that money in, is it gone? Is it gone from that very minute? Does it go to a holding place? And I think he was coming at it from a perspective of, he does, I think, have some crypto himself.
Yeah.
And he kind of does that on his phone, which some of the legislators have
told us that they do that. Yeah,
absolutely. So there just was some confusion around what the kiosk is actually doing and where that money goes as soon as you're inserting it. And I think the biggest comment we can have about it is it's not similar to trading on how some folks understand it on their apps, on their phone. And so there is no back button, which I thought was great. The Detective Van Cleve had said that because, you know, even when you're putting money into the machine, you can never get it back out. I think that was a great point that he made.
Yep.
That, you know, there's no back button. And so it has to be gone the minute you put it into the kiosk.
Yeah.
So,
and the difference between folks that are using it on their phone is, like, I think, you know, the fee you get charged is like, you know, 1% or whatever it is. And then on these machines, you're talking, what did Detective Van Cleve said, something along the lines of the ones in Evansville?
I think he said the average fee assessed to a transaction in Evansville was 38%. Yep.
Yeah.
The Evansville area machines average a transaction fee rate of 38%, benefiting both the operators and the wherever the location of the kiosk is. So the gas station, the convenience store, et cetera.
Yeah.
So anyway, just quickly, that if you can't see what's popping up on the screen, Detective Van Cleve is there testifying. We were very grateful for his knowledge and expertise yet again, explaining this topic and tragic
there's Amber testifying.
Frauds that are happening around this. And then, that was me. I went directly after him. And I think what's interesting, the bill was held. Chairman Baldwin, I think, really wants to find a common ground with the operators. CoinFlip and Bitcoin both testified. They do have concerns with, what was the term that they used? The culmination of everything in the bill. So, you know, some of the legislators on the committee were really trying to pinpoint, where is your pain point at? And boiling it down, I think everything together is the problem. But at the end of the day, I do think it's going to come down to the cap on the fees and the daily transaction limits, and maybe the definition around new customers and existing customers. So we have a lot of work to do. I think that, if we can figure out where that middle ground might be, we have asked Representative McNamara what her thoughts are, where she thinks there can be some potential changes. We have said we would love the bill to stay as is.
Yeah.
We're very proud of it. I think that, there have been other states that have passed these types of legislation. However, the operators mentioned several states yesterday, and those state laws were not nearly as strong as the one that we're currently trying to pass. And so I just think that for Indiana to really be taking this seriously and put forth the customer first is really something that we need to be doing in these scams.
And we're going to keep at it.
Yep.
So good work.
So we'll see. It should be coming back next Wednesday, or could be back as soon as next Wednesday if there's an amendment that Chairman Baldwin wants to bring forward.
So stay tuned.
Yep.
Next week. Stay with us and take action where you can on that one. Next up, thing 2, House Bill 1002, electric utility affordability. It's something we haven't really talked about this session yet, and that's because we did not engage with it on the first half in the House where it was going on. But basically what this utility bill, it's kind of funny.
Utility bill?
Say utility bill. It's like you get a utility bill. It's utility legislation.
Should I?
Which Amber has hers with her, which is a good story. So House Bill 1002 is a very large bill that includes a lot of different things. And we testified in the Senate committee today in support of it. Today being Thursday, you'll be hearing this on a Friday or whenever you listen to it. We testified in support because there are there's good things in this bill. There are things like assistance for low-income individuals, so that to help make them being able to pay their utility bills. There is a summer shutoff moratorium, which currently Indiana only has a winter shutoff. This now adds a summer shutoff moratorium, which is great, except it is the way that it's set up, rather than it just be like, hey, from July until September, that's where the shutoff moratorium is. They're basing it off of like heat indexed. So, and obviously that can change by the day. And so that gets a little bit of like a question of how easy is this going to be to implement?
Wait, was that the amendment that changed? Did the amendment change that?
It's still similar.
Okay.
It's still based off of like I think the original version of it had to be in the area. And then I think they narrowed it down to like within the county or something like that of the service territory. I think is what it said in the amendment. I'll have to check that again though. And
just for folks to know, those amendments are listed on the website under the utility committee, not under the bill number. It was amendment number 28 and 29.
Yeah. And then the other thing that we liked is just providing data. The utilities are going to have to provide some data to the Office of the Utility Consumer Counselor that is going to just give a better picture of kind of where things are in the utility space. The other things that are in this bill that we don't love there's something called levelized billing, which we're less concerned about it now because some of you might know it as budget billing.
I was just going to say.
The reason what it is.
Well, I was just going to say, I can appreciate that they're saying levelized billing because budget billing was never true.
Yeah, correct. So the basic idea is that they take an average of like the last year of what the utility usage in that house, and this is the estimate of like, hey, this is what you'll pay each month. But then there's always these level ups or true ups they call. They just end up always going up. So
there's never money given back.
Never money. They're not saying you owe us less money.
Yeah.
So you
don't have a credit.
It always jumps up. And sometimes these are like hundreds of dollars they jump up because maybe there's a cold snap or it's very hot, whatever it might be. And these true ups kind of give people a little bit of a sticker shock and not necessarily the budget plan that they thought they were on.
Because usually when you hear budget billing, you think you're going to pay the same every month to help with budgeting. Unfortunately, just like what you were saying, after you pay the same amount for so many months, then at the end, they're like, oh, by the way, your bill had fluctuated throughout the months and you owe $450.
Yeah, which is going to be a lot
to true up your payment
for a lot of people. So that's so originally the bill had it as everybody you were going to have to opt out. They were going to move everybody to this kind of levelized billing and you were going to have to opt out. The amendment today the bill is now amended to where that's gone, where everybody has to do it. You can still opt in depending on your utility. But folks that are on use the LAHEAP program, which is like kind of the low income heating assistance program, the federal program, those folks will be automatically enrolled in the levelized billing, but will have the opportunity to opt out of that if they want to as well. So the levelized billing thing is a little messy, and so there's some things that we how they've amended it today has made it better than what it was.
Yeah.
There's also things like performance-based rate making, which is kind of this complicated thing around performance of the utility. If they hit certain metrics, they get certain bonuses. But then also multi-year rate plans, which is something that we don't love, in the fact that like it's usually it's going to be based off of 3 years. It's based off of projections. The idea behind this is that the utility only has to come in once every 3 years to ask for their increase, and it's supposed to remove some of these things that may be automatically added to your bill. They call them trackers that are part of rate cases and things of that nature. And the idea is that, okay, this is going to kind of simplify things, and that people would know that my rate is going to go up these next 3 years this much. Now, as you and I both know, just because you know something is going to increase doesn't mean it makes it more affordable. And so that's part of the reason why we don't like the multi-year rate plans, but then also because in the experience in other states is that since it's based off of projections, they're always going to aim high. And a lot of times that means that their utility may be collecting more money than they actually need. So those are some of the things that we didn't like in the bill. But there was, like I said, a lot of good stuff in it. So we did offer our support today while also saying, hey, we don't like these things, maybe make these changes. So we'll see what happens. But it passed out of committee today, 8-0, bipartisan in its vote. So we'll see what happens as it moves to the Senate floor now.
Good work.
All right. Thank you. And now, next thing up. What's going on over here?
What's happening over here?
I look, it's degrading in front of people.
See? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right.
Let's go to Fast Fact with Anna. Everybody's favorite part of the show.
Hi, Anna.
Hi, Anna.
Hello.
What is going on?
I'm going to stay away from those germs.
I know. I was
Yes,
just going to
please
say, you're not coughing, are you? Hopefully not.
I feel like I've been coughing for 3 months. So
Well, so it's her fault. No, I'm just kidding. No,
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding.
I'll take the blame. It's fine.
No, it's all right.
Okay. So last Fast Fact was about how many bills were filed.
Yes.
Yes.
We're going to do a quick check-in on where we stand post halftime. So I think this was from earlier this week.
Okay.
You guys might have a better definition of this, but this is based off of the non-vehicle bills.
Oh,
Which
okay.
do you guys want to explain real quick what a non-vehicle bill means?
What's a vehicle bill?
A vehicle bill means it's a holding. How do I explain this?
It's like a placeholder bill.
Okay. That's exactly. I just didn't know how to say that.
Yeah, it's each like the Speaker of the House.
Yes.
Actually, all 4 leaders.
Get those.
They get like so many that
An allotment.
they just put out there, and then depending on what's going on, they can just make that bill is now this.
Yes, they can just drop. It would be called like a kind of not even a strip and insert because there's nothing in a vehicle bill.
Yeah.
It's just empty. But that's there for those reasons if they needed to dump something in there and move things around.
Yep.
Yes. So this is based on the 680 non-vehicle bills
Okay.
for this session.
Mhm.
In both the Senate and the House, 112 were still active as of earlier this week. So that's 224 of those 680 as of earlier this week are still viable.
Wait, there was it was the same amount in both the House and the Senate, 112 and 112?
According to the Capitol Chronicle,
That's amazing.
That's wild.
112
I
each.
know.
Wonder if they planned that.
I was going to say, is
I
that
doubt it. Just dumb luck.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think so. There's 224 active bills out of the 680, with 112 coming from the House to the Senate and 112 coming from the Senate to the House.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
I actually think that's high.
It does seem high, considering how short this session has been.
Yeah. I only say that because usually at halftime, you feel like you've slashed it down to almost even in a long session.
Yeah.
But this seems like a good number. I wonder what in my brain, I can't even think about what last session was, but that's interesting. I would be curious to look back at the last short session to see how that.
Let's check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was great.
Okay. Well, thank you for that, Anna.
Yeah.
You're welcome. See you
Appreciate
next
you.
time.
Anna. Bye.
All right. Next, thing 3. Look, we got a small thing 3, and then we got a big thing 4 as a little preview. Thing 3, we just want to give it look, our big coffee cart is coming Tuesday. What is that? The 10th,
Yeah.
February 10th. We will be at the State House with our friends from Tinker Coffee, slinging some coffee.
Yeah.
We're gonna have Long's Donuts and things of that nature.
And I always like to make a plug because I can't have longs, even though they're delicious. But we will also have gluten-free donuts from Parlor.
So,
We had those last year, and our coffee cart this year. Our time has changed, though.
yes, it is.
We are starting a little earlier and ending a little earlier.
Yep.
So we will be there from 9 to 1 on the north side bridge.
Yep.
Which is also a change because we're normally on the south side. But that's okay.
Yeah, 3rd floor between the House and the Senate, around the rotunda there. Come by, get some coffee, grab a donut, say hi to folks.
Our volunteers will be there.
Legislative team will be in the House.
Yep.
Doing some, doing what they do, talking with legislators, making it happen. We're going to be talking about fraud. It's all going to be about fraud.
Yeah.
And specifically 1116.
I should have had a.
We'll show it off next week.
Oh, okay.
It'll
be post
we got a little
coffee
giveaway.
cart, but
Yeah, we got a little giveaway.
All right, we won't tell them.
Yeah, you'll get to see what it was
Right.
from all the pictures and what.
Or maybe I already said it last. No, maybe not.
Maybe.
Let's
But
not.
look,
Let's try to keep it a surprise.
Here's the surprise that's coming for all of you.
Oh.
And this is thing number 4, and it's a big deal. This is huge. This is actually the biggest thing that we're going to talk about on this show today. Bigger than any bill. This is huge. And I don't know if you're watching. I know it's distracting me over here because it's just flashing in my face. Amber Marr, what's going on over there? Let's give them the news.
I got engaged.
She got engaged. There it is. Look at that photo. Those of you that are not watching this on YouTube, first of all, you need to, because there is a incredibly adorable photo that is now on the screen of Amber and her now fiance Ryan, who got engaged. What was this, like a week ago? Was it a week ago?
So this is how I'm going to remember.
All right, here we go. Let's hear it. I want to hear it. Tell us all about it.
The date was 1/26/26. So
Oh yeah, that'll be way easy then.
super easy to remember.
And we've now got the background for the show from here on out.
No,
So,
we're not doing that.
why not?
No, but I do love that picture. It was so exciting. I was not expecting this. Like I said, we were supporting friends. They were renewing their vows when we were in the Dominican, and Ryan got
There's
down.
the moment.
Ryan got down.
There's the
with
moment
me.
caught on camera. We love it.
Yes. Oh, it was a beautiful day too. I know. We're very excited.
This is incredibly exciting.
Yes.
And we are excited for you. If you're watching this, let's put a little congrats in the comments. Congrats to Amber and Ryan on their engagement.
And I know some of you know, Ryan and how long we've been together, but we are coming up on 12 years. So this is a big
look,
decision.
It is fantastic, and it's we from the AARP family couldn't be more excited for you both.
Thank you. We're very excited too.
And the legislative director talking about legislative thing family. All of you are also excited as well. I know you are. So this is huge.
Yes.
So this is congratulations.
Thank you.
And we are, look, we probably shouldn't do a show like the next couple of weeks because I don't know how we're going to top this news. This is huge.
Yeah. It's going to get me through session.
Look, whatever you got to do, right? That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add about it?
No, thank you for saying something. Thank you all for your support. I think that we've,
And I'm glad we actually get to do this on the show and show this and talk about it because Ryan has been a fan of the show from the jump.
Yeah.
And watches it all the time. So it's great that you all saw him a couple of years ago in a mini episode that we did when we were running and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's been really his only real appearance on this, and now it's he's back in a big way.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. So congratulations.
Well, thank you.
And stay tuned for everything that's going on with the crypto kiosk bill and 1002 and the coffee cart, and just stay with us on the next episode of the Legislative Director. Talk about legislative things. We'll see you then.